All right, good morning and welcome to the How Can I Support My Child series. You do not necessarily or you cannot decide who your child's friends will be, but you can decide the people in the life of your child by the environment that you create for your child and the environment you introduce to your child. My name is Maribeth Chima, and I am the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and PTM Resources. And yep, I am the proud matron of the Mastermind Circle, a peer mentorship and accountability group we run for young children and preteen because we want to raise children who know how to identify their kind. Yes, we want to raise children who know what company is right for them. Children who know when it is time to stand up and walk away. Children who know how to put a tie and not cower to the wills and the caprices of other people because they have their own will and they know who they are. All right, if you are here, welcome to the show this morning. In today's episode of the How Can I Support My Child series, we're going to be looking at our support system. We started a series on that since Monday, where we've been looking at creating a support system for your parenting. And we have looked at different people who could be a part of your parenting system. We looked at our immediate families, our extended families, and our friends as people who could be a part of our support system. Definitely so. All right. We also looked at their mentors and teachers, how these people can actually fit in that space as people that can support us, people that can partner with us and collaborate with us on our parenting journey. We looked at their trainers and their coaches. Yep, because these people are important, especially where our children are honing skills, or because our children must, they need to, they have to hone the skill, the hone the talent and the gifts, the interests, and their superpowers. Yes, the things that come easy for our children. When we identify these things, we want to find people who are experts in that area, people who have got experiences in that area, and they can support our children to move from just having these things as raw talents, crude talents, and then move it to the point where they can build skills out of their raw talents and their gift. They can build skills and gain mastery, and so they can use this in an empowering way to empower their generation and be impactful people. So these are the issues that we are looking at. And yes, today we want to look at another group of people, okay, that can actually be our support system, that we can leverage their support in raising our children. Now this group is one that you may not even be able to choose. You don't choose. How do I put it now? Okay, this group of people are the ones that you must be very strategic. Sorry, our camera is off right now. It'll be on in the next minute or so. All right. Now, this group of people are the ones that you must be very strategic about, okay? Because these ones, our children will make the choice of, okay? These ones are going to be, the choice that the children themselves will make to a huge extent. But you can influence that choice by being strategic about it, from the word go. We are looking at how we can leverage their peers and communities as a support system in our parenting. Now, what are the communities that we are looking at when we talk about communities that we can leverage as a support system in our parenting? One of the communities that we can look at is our religious community. Yes, whether you are Christian, Muslim, or whatever other religion you belong to. That's a community that you can leverage. So it means that you need to pay attention to what community you are choosing as a parent. You need to pay attention to the community, right? Your spiritual community. You need to pay attention to that community, because that community would impact on the life of your child. So you don't just end up anywhere you like. You don't just end up in any spiritual community without checking and seeing that this community is the ideal one for my family. So you want to go to a fellowship, or you want to make sure that you are in a fellowship or you are in a religious community where the values actually take into consideration the children, not a community that does not take into consideration children and the needs of your children. So it must be a community that is child friendly, a community that is inclusive, meaning it includes the needs and the presence of the child or children in that community. It has to be a community where the children are learning equally as you are as parents. It has to be a community where you are sure of what it is that happens in whatever pockets, community, within that community where your child is going to belong. For instance, you want to know what is happening in Sunday school, what goes on in there, in the small pair groups, and all other groups we have in our religious community. You want to be sure of what the curriculum is. You want to be sure of what the values are. You want to be sure of the people who are speaking to your children. You want to be sure of all of these things. Sometimes our children pick some of their nastiest behavior even from religious communities. Okay, your child belongs to a group in church. It could be altar boys, it could be any group at all. You want to be sure of what goes on in those small pocket communities, because those small pocket communities will serve as peer influences to your children, because they're going to be there amongst other children like themselves. And oh yes, children pick a lot from each other, especially during their adolescence. I'm sure it's not the first time you would hear that during the adolescent phase, that our children tend to, listen or empathize or connect more with their peers, rather more than they connect with us as far as influencing their choices is concerned. So yes, there will be a phase in the life of your child where their peers are better able to influence them than you can influence them. And yes, that is one of the reason, or that's the reason why you want to ensure that they are in the company of the right kind of peers. And one of the places you find these peers is actually in our religious communities, in the church, in the mosque, and whatever other communities you belong. All right, so that's very critical. Number two, the school community. The school is a community, a big one at that, right? So in the school community, you have all kinds of people. Yes, you have all kinds of people in the school community. You have people from all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of, children from all kinds of backgrounds and all kinds of value system and all of that. And they are all bunched in one space. So you can't control that community, right? You can't control who your child's classmates is or are. You can't control who their seatmates are, or is or are. You cannot even control who their teachers are. So what do you do? What do you have control over? Your place is to ensure that before your child even gets into that system, you want to be sure that that system is a system that their values are similar, or the values align with your family values. So there is work to be done, especially during this period. It's that period where our children will be going back to school. It's a new school year, isn't it? A lot of us, some of us who like to jump all around, we'll be moving them from one school to the other. For others who have to move location, your child would need to go into a new school. So there's a need, okay? There may be a need for your child to go to a school. Now, what kind of school are you going to take that child to? That is going to be a community that will impact and influence the life of your child. So you want to make that choice from an informed place. For some of us, you are even in a school where you can already see that this place is not right, or maybe you've not even bothered to think about whether it's right or it's not right. You don't even know that there's anything you can do about making sure that that place is right. If you're on this call, you're on this stream today, and I'm saying to you, there is a need to go back to the drawing board, to go back and ask questions, to go back and pay attention to what is happening in that space that is called, or in that community that is called your child's school. You want to go and ask them questions. Ask them questions about the values that they are driven by. Ask them questions about the vision of the school. Ask them questions about their policy on discipline, about their policy on discipline, about their policy on health. Ask them about their policy on different areas. Ask them about what play means to them as a school. There are some schools that you have your toddlers in, where your toddlers are not allowed to even go out and play. We have a lot of time. I mean, I work with children in the mastermind circle, our peer mentorship and accountability group. In the mastermind circle, you will hear children who come. I mean, I'm asking, you should play for about 2 hours in a day, and the kids will tell you, I don't play in school because they don't allow us go and play. You cannot have a toddler who is not allowed to play. You can't have a toddler who goes to a space and is in a space for 8 hours in a day and no one is allowing them play. The job of your toddler is to play. The job of children is play. You know, the way your job is a medical doctor. Your job is being a medical doctor. Your job is being a lawyer, a banker, and all that. Your child's job is play. Play is the job of a child. So if you now put your child in a space for 8 hours where they are not allowing the child play, it's like going to a hospital and no one allows you to meet a patient. What are you doing in that hospital? Do you understand? So we need to pay attention to these things, because play is an essential part of your child's life, especially in the first 6 years of their lives. So these are the things you need to pay attention to in that community. Now, I mean, you may not control the different family people, I mean, the different individuals in that environment as far their as far as their beliefs and as far as their beliefs and values and all of that goes. You may not be able to control that, but one thing you can control is you can find out what is on ground in the school, because when everyone comes into the school, what obtains in the school is what holds, isn't it? It is the boundaries that the school has. It is the vision of the school. It is what the mission of the school is that obtains when everybody comes into that space. So you are sure that the school is able to control that environment, such that it doesn't matter the backgrounds of the different people who come in there. The moment they come into the school, they all conform, or they all align to what obtains in the school. So that is your business. What obtains in the school, what the school has on ground, the policies that they have on ground, their mission, their vision, and all of that. If this aligns with who you are and as a family, if this aligns with the vision that you have for your child, then that's your spot. Do you get? All right. So you need to control that. You need to pay attention to that community. The other community that you want to pay attention to is this one: the people who are friends or belong to the same tribe as your child. The people that your child calls their friend, the people that your children call their friend. You want to pay attention to these people, all right? Because these are the closest influence to your child. The best friend, those ones that they call their best friend, the ones that their names keep coming up over and over in your home. And of course, these ones could be the neighbors, isn't it? It could be a child from the neighborhood, it could be a child of a neighbor, it could actually be a cousin, it could actually be a classmate from school. So you want to pay attention to the people who make up your child's inner circle, the people who are closest to your child, the people that your child refers to as their best friends or their friends. So as a parent, you must know who your children call their friends, or who your children, you know, call their besties. Now, before they even get to that stage, as early as possible, you want to set the boundaries, or you want to set the yardstick for choosing friends with your children. You want to point your children, you want to teach your children how to make informed choices when it comes to making friends. I know if you are not walking this intentional journey, you will be thinking, oh, okay, what's the need for that? But no, it is so important. It is so important that you teach your children how to choose their friends. Yes. In the mastermind circle, I've mentioned the mastermind circle 2 or 3 times. Okay, I can't even talk without mentioning the mastermind circle, because the mastermind circle is a peer mentorship and accountability group that we run for young children between 5 years and 8 months and 14. We graduate them to bigger teenage programs after they turn 14. Now, this month in the mastermind circle, all we are doing with the children this month, the whole of August, is we're going to be teaching the children how to build relationships, how to pick their friends, right? And how to be put a premium on themselves. Now, this is critical that we're taking a whole month to teach this to the children, meaning every day the children will have a tool, the children will have something that they are learning and they are practicing. We don't just talk in the mastermind circle. It's not come and sit down and we have sessions and you will listen to me go on and on and on and on. Children will listen, all right, but a lot of times they can't run with what is not tangible. So for this age of children, this group of children we deal with, your children between 6, 10, and sometimes to 13, they actually need you practicalizing. They need models, they need actions, they need doing, they need practicals. If you're going to have them understand and internalize anything, then it has to be modeled, it has to be taught, and then it has to be presented in a way that is tangible. So the children must be doing for them to learn in this phase. Okay, you know that famous saying that I always use, right? Benjamin Franklin, that says, show me, I mean, tell me, teach me, and I will forget. Show me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I will learn. So, for your children between 6 and 13, especially 6 to 10, 11 to 13, thereabout, they have to be doing. They have to be involved, basically. So yes, if there is anything you want to see in your child, if there's anything you want your child to know how to do, if there's anything you want your child to embody, then parents, it has to be put in a curriculum. What is a curriculum? Simple, in a way that you plan to teach it. That's all. Okay. It has to be broken down in a way. You have to have a plan around it. That's all that a curriculum is. Okay. What is the plan for teaching this? And so create a plan. Now, why are you creating that plan? You're creating the plan because you want to be sure that when you are done, you have been able to touch on all of the areas that you want to touch. If you are a Christian, I don't know. If you're a Christian and you belong to, the Catholic faith, Orthodox faith, and all those, I don't know. I think in every denomination, I'm sure there is a plan for an entire year, right? There's a plan for an entire year on what it is that the pastor or the priest is going to teach throughout the year. So in the Catholic Church, for instance, you have a program for the entire year that every single priest in the Catholic, in that whole system uses. So whether you are in the US, you are in America, you are in Lagos, you are in Abuja, you are wherever you are in the world, you are using the same curriculum, so that we're not running away. When we hear curriculum, we're like, why are they going to school if I have to? No, it's the same thing that the world system does. That is why it works. The best organizations and establishments and the best places in the world have a curriculum. They have a system, okay? And this is why they have been able to outlive themselves. That's this why they've lived. I mean, they become a legacy because there is a structure, there is a system. It is written down, it is laid down. Anyone who comes can take that vision and run with it. So, if you want to parent with wisdom in today's world, if you want to raise children and be able to replicate your system over and over again and be effective effective. Forget all these things that people who do not want to do the work keep telling you. There is no manual. There is a manual to parenting. I say that and I say it over and over again. There is a manual. As a matter of fact, you're even running one. It's just that you're running one that is not effective. The one that probably your great grandma passed on to your grandma, that your grandma has passed on to your grandma, that your grandma has passed on to your grandma. There is synergy. There is no construction to it. Sorry, my network is all right. So there is no upgrading of it. So no one is upgrading it. No one is making sure that it's constructive. No one is making sure that it is giving out the best, so because of that, not so good. Sorry about this. Let's see if we can do anything about the network. One second. That are able to make informed choices when it comes to the company or the people, in their life, then create a system around it, how this is going to work, how to go about it, how you choose your friends, how you choose the people that you allow into your life, all of this, and you will raise children who know how to make these choices. Now, why am I dwelling on this for so long? Why am I dwelling on this for so long? I'm dwelling on this whole, the reality. It's a reality. The reality of the fact that our children will build relationships. They will have friends. They will build relationships because this is part of who we are. We were created to live in communities. We were created to have and build relationships. Eventually, you will grow older and you will get married. That is you building a relationship and maintaining one. So our children are going to make friends. They are going to have relationships. They're going to partner with people. They're going to collaborate with people. This is what the essence of life is, living in communities. So it is important that we teach them. It is important that we guide them. It is important that they master how to choose the people in their lives, how to choose the right people, because the people in your life can actually make or destroy your destiny. Yes, the husband, the wife that your child is going to end up with is enough to make or to mar their destiny. We all know these things, right? The company that your children keep as young children, as adolescents, is able, or it has the capacity to actually destroy their destiny or to lift them up. The company that they keep today has the capacity to destroy them or to empower them. So it's very key. When your children become adolescents, they will begin to gravitate towards the influences of their friends. They will listen. They want to be more like their friends. They want to please their friends more. They want to do the things that their friends are doing. So it is our job to ensure that they know how to identify who a true friend should be or should look like. It's our job to ensure that we teach our children how to make this very critical, very important choice in life. And we can actually do this by creating a curriculum, creating a system that we would use to show and teach our children how to make the choices of friends that they have. It is critical. So, yes, you may not be able to say to them, I want only Tunde, Agnes, and Emeka to be your friends. Some of us do that, but it's wrong. It always backfires. It doesn't work. It does not work. I remember for the longest time when I was in secondary school, I had, some group of friends at the time, and my aunt did not like one of them. She went, I was staying with her. She was my guardian at the time. She didn't like one of them. She went on and on and on. At every instance, she would talk about it. At every instance, she would point why this person shouldn't be my friend. At every instance, she will make me feel bad about the fact that this person was my friend. But trust me, this person didn't stop being my friend till I left secondary school. We were friends all the way. In fact, even after secondary school, we remained friends. So those things don't work. I remember growing up, my brother, right? One of my brothers had, this friend, a girl, and all of that, and how everybody from her parents to his parents to everybody just thought it was too much. The relationship of friendship that they had was too much stress, right? And it became a subject. It became something that everybody had something to say about. Do you know what that did? It gave it fuel. He just ended up giving it fuel, because the truth about it is your teenagers want to do the same thing that you say they shouldn't do. All right. That thing that you come and you put your energy and your power and say, you can't, you can't, you can't. I promise you. That's what gingers your teenager. He wants to see why I can't. I don't know where that comes from. It's just how it is that they are made. So you see that fear factor. You can't use fear factor to decide who your children choose as their companions or their company or their friends or part of their tribe and all of that. You can't use that. If you use it, it will fail. So what you want to do is you want to start early to create the curriculum for who it is that should be in your circle, or who you should call your friend. Teach them who a friend should be. Show them who a friend should be. What kind of friendships do you have? What kind of relationships do you keep? Are you still keeping relationships and friendships that are not a legacy for your children? In fact, if you've never thought about it, close your eyes today. When you go to your bed today, lie down there and ask yourself, if I leave the scene today, who is that friend? Who is that friend that I am sure will be there for my children half as much as I am? If you cannot find them, in fact, go through each and every one of your friends and ask yourself, if I am not here today, how would this person connect, or how would this person come through for my child? Some of your friends do not even know your children beyond their names. Some of your friends do not have any connection with with your children. Your children just hear from far. Auntie this, uncle that, nothing. The people you spend the best time of your life with, or a lot of time of your life, the people you hang out with, the people you do business with, the people that know so much about you, the people you call your friends for 1 decade, 2 decades, 2 decades. The day you are out of the scene, the influence and that time, all that you have paid into their emotional tank, all that you have deposited into that friendship, will do nothing for your children. Come to it. Think about it, parents. When we hear the Bible say that we should store up an inheritance for our children, when we hear pass down a legacy, the problem with us is every time the only thing we think when we hear this thing is money. So all we're thinking about is how to amass wealth so that we can keep and we can say, I left 2 houses, 3 houses, 4 houses for my children. If only we had insight, if only we have enough wisdom to know that the inheritance that you keep for your children, to know that the inheritance, to know that the legacy, to know that all of these things we're talking about also include your relationships and your friendships as much as your convictions and all of this. So no, stop thinking about only money when they say leave an inheritance to 3 generations. Leave a friendship that can outlast you. Leave a friendship that can move to 3 generations, where your children can leverage on your friendship with your friend, that can leverage on your friendship with their children, and like that. That's what we're talking about here. So yes, you will not choose their friends. You will not choose their companions, but you can put them in environments and you can create a curriculum for picking their friends, so that whenever they find themselves, in whatever environments they find themselves, they are able to make the right choice of who their friends should be. This is how it works. All right, so when we do this, the earlier you start, the better. If you have a child who is 1, begin to talk about who our friends are, how we make our friends, how we choose our friends. Begin to talk about that right now. Your child should be able to go to school and come back and say, oh, mom, you know that person that I told you that we're not friends? Nah, he can't be my friend anymore. And you're able to say why. And the child says to you, we don't share the same values. He's always gossiping. Come on now. When you get to that place, then you know that the fruits of your investment, the fruits that you have sown, is already reaping. The goal is to teach them how, so that when they find the opportunity or when they find themselves in situations, they're able to take the choices that you have given them, okay, or the teaching that you have given them to make the choices in their lives, informed choices. So, yes, you want to also put your children. So, I've talked about the religious communities, I've talked about their school, I've talked about the friends in their neighborhood, and all of that, the friends that they call their besties, their friends, inner circle friends. That one, amongst the pack, the 1, 2, 3, 4 people that they connect with specially, all right, you want to make sure they know how to make that connection, or how to choose that connection, how to know that this is the person, how to know that we can align, this person and I can align. All right. Now, another way that you can do this is to put your children in programs where people are willing to develop themselves. So you want to ensure that in everything that you do, apart from going to school, put your children in mentorship programs. Put your children in programs where children are developing themselves. They are likely to find their kind. They are likely to find children who are self-motivated, who are self-driven, who have visions, right, for their lives. They're able to find people like that in communities where children are in one community building and developing themselves in that way. At first, it could be that your parents enrolled you like you would enroll your child. But as these children grow, they begin to take the front stage in their life. That's what personal development does to you. At first, it's someone who introduces you. It's the office that says, go develop yourself. As you begin to develop yourself, you begin to see that you are a better person. You are an upgraded person. You are an upgraded version of yourself. The more this happens to you, the more the need to upgrade yourself some more. It's the same thing that happens to your child. It would be you that would enroll them, in the mastermind circle when they are 5 years and 8 months, or when they are 6 years old. By the time they are 6, they are there. You're still saying, do this, do that, the first year. A lot of times, by the second year, you will see they're already beginning to lead themselves, to an extent. They are becoming more self-motivated. Okay, they see other people doing the same thing. They see other people showing up. They see other people making efforts. Okay, in a way that is not competitive. That is the thing about personal development. It's not your school where we put children together and they are bound with the whole need to be better than the next person. It is mentorship. It is a place where you know that every effort that you make is going to impact the next person, because you have been called to make the world a better place and to impact the next person. So in mentorship, our children, in peer mentorship, the children are looking at, what can I do? How can I help the next person? How can I reach out to the next person? We even have a system where our our leaders in the group reach out to their buddies that they've not seen, and they're asking, I haven't been seeing you. Why are you not showing up? Is there any way I can help you? This is it. So children are taught to live and to, work with other people in team without that unhealthy competition. They're just there empowering each other, motivating each other, influencing each other, and growing together. You need your children in spaces where these are the narratives that your children are hearing every day. This is the mindset that your child is developing. So peer mentorship is not an option, it is a given. So if you are a parent of a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 5 year and 8 months old, 6-year-old, up to 14-year-old, then find your way to the mastermind circle, because this is what we do with these young children when they are with us. We get them on that place, in that path where they begin to see life in the way that I'm talking about. No competitions, just you on your lane, getting better and becoming a better version of yourself with each passing day. And then, of course, knowing that the next person by you who is struggling has become your responsibility, because if you are not struggling, then nobody around you should be struggling. Why? Because you can support them. This is how we raise children. This is how we should be raising children into this world. All right, parents. So, yes, I repeat again, you may not choose their friends. You will not choose their friends. You will not choose their companions. You will not choose their partners. You would not choose the people that they accept in their tribe. But you can place them in communities. You can place them in environments. You can create a curriculum. You can create a standard that helps them identify their kind, that helps them identify their tribe, and helps them to make informed choices when it comes to the people that they call their friends, that they call their companions, that they call their company, that they call their tribe, that they call their spouse eventually. It is our job. The people that they call their collaborators, the people that they call their partners. It is our job to help our children become skilled in identifying and in recognizing character in human beings through the curriculums that we create and the environments that we create for the children. Now, when we do this, then this environment, this tribe, this community, this people become a part of our support system, because they will be speaking the language that we speak. Thank you very much for being a part of the show today. This is that show where we come to answer the questions that parents ask about their parenting. How can I support my child to make informed decisions when they make friends? These are the kind of questions that we get, and that's why this topic came about. Thank you for joining us. If you joined us for the entire week, we are here at 8:30 a.m. every day to share lessons, to share knowledge, to share nuggets on how you can improve your parenting. But these short shows and nuggets are not enough. You need to get yourself in communities. You need to get yourself in an accountability system and community for parents. We can refer you to one that is amazing, and I belong to. If you have children, just reach out to us in the comment section or send us a DM, and we will help you with that. If you have children then who are 6 to 14, then bring them to us in the mastermind circle where we can help you. Let them be in their own communities also. Let them start working on their journey also. They are individuals, okay? Let them grow. As you're supporting them to grow, let them also grow on their own, because now they identify that they are autonomous and they need to grow also. If you leave your children and it's all your instruction, your instruction, your instruction, that's where they become entitled, thinking that I need to do this because it matters to my mother more than it does to me. That's why you chase them for everything, because the child does not understand the role that they play in their own lives yet. But when you put them in pair mentorship and mentorship programs, we help them understand that they are the most important constants in their life. Every other person is a variable. It is so, whether you like it or not. Even you, dear parents, you are a variable in your child's life. So let the constants know how to navigate their lives. They are the ones that will live that life, not you. The earlier they start practicing to live that life, the better for you, for them, and for the world. All right, if your child is not in the book challenge, so we started our 30 days book challenge today. It's just starting today, and so you still have the opportunity to jump in and join us to be a part of it. All right, our onboarding session is in the evening, so you haven't missed anything yet. So yes, take this last opportunity and jump in right now. Your child will be blessed. You will be blessed. Your child will have fun this summer holiday for the whole 30 days. Your child will be engaged this summer holiday. You will be bonding with your child because of this. And it's not stressful. It is stressless, yes, yet fun, and it will help you connect for as little as just 3,500 naira. So why don't you just jump in? I mean, by the time you go from the 1st to the 30th, I'm sure you know the summer holiday would be over already or almost over, and you would have maximized the summer holiday. So yes, why don't you take the opportunity and be a part of this? Thank you very much. You have the information on the screen right now. You can screen grab it or just check in the comment section after this video or in the description on YouTube, and you can be a part of the challenge. Hurry you before we increase the price or before we take all the early birds offer off it, because it's going to off soon. All right. Good. So if you are here, please don't miss this opportunity. Thank you for joining me again. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe so that every time we come live, you get the notification. Also, follow us on Facebook so that you get notified when we are live. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again on Monday. The show is Monday through Friday. I'll see you again on, okay, is today Thursday? Today's Thursday, right? All right, today's Thursday. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much, and bye.